Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in one time. So I hit that like and turn us up, man. We ain't tripping on that, no. We ain't tripping on no donations. Just give us the participation. Um, Need everybody to hit that like button. We finna go check out the game somewhere, man. Finna go check out the game somewhere in the city. So y'all come in, hit the like and turn us up. We're gonna let a few people join and then we're gonna get it started. Finna go pull up and catch this game tonight. Someone grab a little bite to eat, kick back and relax one time. I was about to do a second video, but I couldn't really find nothing. I just really want to tap into. Seen a couple things trending, but Karmelo Anthony case, and we'll update y'all with the latest on the verdict tomorrow as it's happening. To be honest with y'all, I was gonna go out there to Dallas, bro. I kid y'all not. I told myself today I'm going out there tomorrow because I got to go visit my fam anyway. So I was like, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot out there just to catch a day. I didn't know that they was gonna rest their cases today, though. I didn't know that they was gonna rest their cases. But I did know, like, I was like, dang, it's about to go down. I was like, man, I'm gonna go outside and go stream. I was really planning on it. I was gonna flip out there like 8 in the morning, get there by 11:30, then catch that second half of the day out there. But shit, they ended up resting their case today. They said they had a 3-hour break. They had a 3-hour break today, and that kind of threw a lot of people off inside the courtroom. From what reports are saying, it's like, man, what's going on? What's happening? Are they finna come up with a plea deal or something just to avoid it being that? But they said, nah, they came back and the defense rested their case. The state rested their case on Saturday. Trial went way faster than expected because I had heard that he was trying to have it, the judge was going Saturdays to have it done by the 12th. That's the reason they was Saturday scheduled. Shit, we ended up getting it done on the goddamn 8th. So I do want to say this. The reason I'm saying he won't be found guilty of murder is because there can't be any type of doubt that he wanted to kill. You either have to kill, you have to be committing a felony and somebody gets killed, or they have to prove that you intended to kill. They have to prove that you intended to kill. And just the way that everything planned out, his reason for being there, all that, and the knife is not illegal, but it's against school policy. The knife that he had is not illegal, but it's against school policy. So you could say he shouldn't have had the knife there. It's fine. It'd be better if he didn't, because we wouldn't be in this situation right now. He wouldn't be in it, and then another, Austin will still be here, and neither one of them would have to be going through, this whole storyline wouldn't even be a thing. He'll just be focused on college. He'll be doing whatever he was going to do, focused on college. But we here now. A lot of people don't want to hear it this way. But it's not about how you feel. It's not about how you think. It's not about what you justified in your brain. It's literally, bro, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. It is really, literally, 1,000% literally about the law. And when the law is involved, It just be what it be, bro. I can't even lie to y'all. I can't even sugarcoat it to y'all, man. Like, I don't make the rules. I don't create the laws. See, it's simple to think. The easy way to think about it, the way that in your mental space, man, he killed him because he the one that stabbed him. He ain't have to kill him. I'm not gonna say that ain't a thing. But by law, if I claim self-defense, it's factors of self-defense that fall up under the situation that happened where, hey, a threat, I'm not required to retreat. Now, they do have the equal amount of force that you supposed to match or whatever, but it's just one of them things, bro. It's unfortunate. Now, what they can do is they can offer the jury a lesser charge, a manslaughter, a negligent homicide. That can happen. That can happen. They can come through, y'all. They can come through with a manslaughter charge. I don't know if they will. But they can come through with a manslaughter charge. It just is what it is. But that's not, the jury's not going to be able to convict him of murder without it being an appeal, and I don't think they will convict him on murder, bro. You can't legally convict him on murder. If you convict him on murder, it ain't gonna, it just ain't gonna happen, bro. He's not gonna be convicted on murder because of the simple fact you have to prove without a reasonable doubt he wanted to kill. There is no way to prove that. All the stories that we heard were debunked. It's just the law, bro. It ain't about how I feel. I done seen it happen before already out here in this state with other cases I done covered. You come with motive. You know, what's the motive here? What's his motive? Come to find out, hey, he's under the tent because of the rain. Dave's like, hey, he just was under another team tent being disrespectful. So we figure out he's under the tent because of the rain. Then we find out not only is he under the tent because of the rain, we find out he knows somebody under the tent and knows the guy very well. Whether the guy said he wouldn't consider him a friend, but they then pull up several pictures of, hey, nah, you know him. Y'all got pictures together. Y'all know each other. And the defense reason for doing that is to really put in the jury's brain that he had a reason to be under that tent. And the reason why they want it to be he had a reason to be under that tent, because I didn't come there with the intentions to get into an altercation. And so then it's harder for you to convict somebody of murder if they didn't come there with the intentions to do that. Just telling you how the jury works. There was a case out here last year that I covered, and I think it's about an hour north of Austin. Kid got stabbed in high school. Now, they were already beefing a little bit, kind of going back and forth. I'm going to break this down to y'all. Case and Allison and Joe, God bless his soul. So Case and Allison is into it with Joe. Him and Joe into it with each other. It's going towards the end of the year when they are into it with each other. Now, Joe is more, they saying he's the guy that like to kind of fight and shit in school, shit like that. Cool. he liked to have his fights recorded. So somebody in the school, they recorded it in the bathroom, one of their homies. So they go up into the bathroom and they ended up in there together. I don't think it was planned for them to be there together, but they had already had beef. They had already had words. There had already been a setup for a fight being discussed, whatever. They end up in the bathroom. He ended up getting stabbed up. Joe. They start fighting or whatever. He pulls out the knife, stabs him multiple times. I think 3 or 4. Can't remember exactly, but I think it was 3 or 4. Stabbed him 3 or 4 times. They end up leaving. He runs away. His friends run out the bathroom. He run out the bathroom. And he run to the house. He was charged with murder. They found him not guilty of murder, y'all. I'm just giving y'all the facts, man. They found him not guilty of murder. Now, it went to a full-fledged fight, which is, that's that. But they found him not guilty of murder. They found him guilty on negligent homicide, which is 6 months to 2 years in prison. 6 months to 2 years in state jail. My bad. 6 months to 2 years in state jail. My bad, I said that wrong. 6 months to 2 years in state jail. What the fuck is going on? Hold on, y'all. Let me get this address. See what they got a shorter route for me. I gotta sit in all this traffic. My bad, y'all. Give me just a second. We finna get right back to it. See if they got a route for me, man. I don't think they do. Like, fucking nigga riding that traffic. Bet. They say riding the traffic. Fuck it. All right, so with him getting that 6 months to 2 years of state jail, not prison, the judge ended up coming back and saying, I'm putting an enhancement on it. And that shot him up to 10 years. He is appealing that, though. But his situation, he stabbed him multiple times, is different. In this case, he was only stabbed once. The prosecutor, anytime you catch a case, y'all, they gonna try to make you be an animal in the courtroom if they trying to convict you of a violent crime. So they tried to paint Karmelo out to be a monster, an animal, a demon, but that just wasn't the case here. The storyline doesn't add up to that. They trying to tell the jury to look at it like, man, he went there to kill him. He wanted to kill him. He was gung-ho about using his knife. He was there. He was there. He was gung-ho about using that knife. He wanted to use that knife. He wanted to kill. He wanted to kill. But the storyline tells a different tale. So, there was the narrative being pushed that students don't go into other students' tents and hang out or sit down. He didn't have no business in that tent. They created a dot on that, like, hey, we're not gonna they basically like, we don't want y'all to push that he just went up here looking for trouble. We want y'all to see, this is the defense. The prosecutors is like, we want y'all to look at him as somebody that's capable of killing somebody. And he woke up and said, hey, I want to stab this person and kill him because I'm that type of person that's capable of that. Well, they like, nah, he's running track. It's raining outside. He wanted shelter from the rain. And he happened to know somebody under this tent. And he also not only knew the guy under the tent, he was there prior to them getting there. So he was already sitting there, they said 2 minutes prior to Austin and other people walking up to the tent. So when Austin walks up to the tent, and everybody, they go tell him you gotta leave, supposedly. Like, man, I ain't leaving. They don't have a tent. His team doesn't have a tent. I think they had a dugout that they could have went and hung out at, maybe. I thought I heard that today. But his team don't have a tent. So if my team don't got no tent, I see a dude over here, I'm gonna go talk to him and kick it with him for a bit. He's sitting down, and they sitting in the middle of the tent. So he ended up coming like, man, you got to get up and go. You don't play 5-team. So he probably like, hey, bro, you don't have authority over me. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me to move. He like, nah, this is our team. You got to go. He like, man, nah, I'm not going to go. Now, I don't know what was said because I wasn't there, but it got to a point where I guess he might have felt that, bro, you trying to punk me into leaving. Don't put your hands on me. If you touch me, nigga, it's going to get real. It's the warning. One report was saying he pushed him back. One was saying he kind of launched into him with a push, like a shoulder tackle a little bit with the push. Stab. I don't know for sure how he pushed him. I don't know if it was a light push, a hard push. To my understanding, you can't see the videos clear. They said there's a far video, then there's an up close one off the fact that they enhanced it. But from what they say, you can't clearly see, and I wasn't in the courtroom to see. Say you can see where they letting you know this is him, this is him, this is him. But you can't see the stabbing on camera. So if you can't see the stabbing on camera, that means you can't see the blatant pushing and how he pushed Karmelo on camera. It is established that he did put his hands on Karmelo first. That's established. They've got that understood already, that he did put his hands on him first. It's just an unfortunate situation, bro. But they will not be able to find him guilty of murder. I don't know how this is going to play out. Man, depending on how I sleep tonight, bro, I might go out there to Dallas and stream, y'all. What y'all think? Now, they can come with a lesser charge. I do want that to be clear. We've seen that throughout the years. But the thing with murder, y'all, it ain't just you took somebody's life. You got to be able to prove in the court of law to the jury that I wanted this person dead. That my goal was to kill them. From what I'm hearing from people reporting inside the courtroom, they haven't given that. Now, when it comes to the jury, let's get to that. The jury had nobody black on it. That's not a jury of your peers. You have a right to a jury of your peers. It's not a jury of your peers if nobody's black on it and you black. Just keep it at 100. One professional who works in the legal field said on an interview, he was on an interview with Fox, I think. He was like, hey man, if they he said if they lose, the prosecutor just basically gave them a slam dunk by not having a black juror. They're gonna automatically file for an appeal. They're going to automatically file for an appeal because he didn't have a black juror. So, man, it's just some layers to this shit, bro. It's just some layers, man. It's a lot of layers. And then also, we just got to call it for what it is, bro. This is a racial situation. It ain't no other way to slice the pie. I know people want to sugarcoat it. But it is what it is. That's why they outside the courtroom protesting. That's why they outside the courtroom acting up, nigga. It's a racial thing. Some racial tension. And I'll say this, dog. I'm gonna take y'all into Samuel Jackson, A Time to Kill. They like it, turn us up. Who seen Samuel Jackson, A Time to Kill? Anybody seen Samuel Jackson, A Time to Kill? Yes or no? If you have, I want you to think about that part at the end when he, doing a closing argument. Samuel told him to go ahead and play the race game, nigga. You got to. You got to play the race game, nigga. That's how you win. Because of the fact, it's reality. It's reality, y'all. This isn't me like trying to. It is what it is with me, bro. I just accept it for what it is. I'm not going to run from it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to act like I don't see it. I'm not going to act like this shit ain't no thing with the racism and the way that systematic oppression is worked in this country. And I'll be an idiot and a fool and a liar if I told myself race is not an identifying factor in this case. Because I'm going to tell y'all this. And even black people got to acknowledge this. Because that's the way they built it in society. If a black dude who was 6'1", 6'2", went up to a smaller white kid at a track meet and told him he needed to move. It's a little white kid. He run track. Smaller than this dude. Dude bigger. Got 50 to 60 pounds on him. Dude black though. So you got a black dude, a nigga, going to a white boy telling him, hey man, get from up under our tent. But it's raining, bro, and I know, bro. Nah, get the fuck up out of here or we gonna put you up out of here. White dude say, little white boy, say, man, I ain't moving, bro. I was here first. I was here before you got here, and I'm talking to your teammate. Nah, I ain't gotta leave. Ain't no rules on this shit. If the black dude goes up to that white kid and pushes him, and that white kid stabs him, see where I'm going with that? We've been mentally trained and programmed to see it as different. Same shit. Am I right or wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong, bro. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. I'm just asking if it was a black dude that was the bigger guy, 50, 60 pounds heavier. He went to a track meet, told the dude, get up out the seat, who was already sitting there. It's raining outside. He said, man, doing that, I ain't moving, bro. What we get? It's right here. That's the game. That's just what that is, bro. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I hate this unfortunate situation happening. I'm always remorseful for people. I most definitely hate this situation happen, but I gotta speak the real on it. Because people putting out all these sugar-coated theories and making up shit. Shit be crazy. Anybody want to join in though, man? I need y'all to hit the like button too and turn us up. We'll see tomorrow. I'm gonna say not guilty, bro. Based off the law. I'm going based off the law, man. That's it. Nothing else. I'm popping it strictly based off the law. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to join real quick. Gonna get ready to watch this game. Y'all come put y'all 2 cents in. One of the track coaches came and told them in the thing, up in the about the culture of the tents. Like, bro, we don't be enforcing that at all. It's people that be seeing their friends. They go holler at their friends. It's not odd to move around. My bad if I lost some people. I'm trying to put this link. If anybody wants to join, you can. My bad, we back straight. I need everybody to hit the like and turn us back up. If anybody wants to join, you can. Can you cut your cam on in the backstage for me? I won't put it on camera. You in the backstage. All right, let me make sure you got a shirt on. Because I can't tell. Make sure you got a shirt on. I just don't want to get burnt up. Make sure you got a shirt on. Can't do that. No shirt stuff. You got to be professional too, man. I have professional convos. All right, while we wait on the Cynthia channel to come back, the other person, and the Well, Annual E, whoever you are, Ahanu, because there's going to be some trolls trying to get up in here for sure. Ahanu, you cut your cam on in the backstage and I'll bring you on. I can't tell if you got no shirt on. I ain't gonna lie, the sun in my... Okay, you good. You cut it off.
On the Carmelo Anthony trial.
Yeah.
Um, I loved your views. You made a lot of good points. The situation is unfortunate both ways. And you know what? To be honest, for the rest of our lives and our generation's lives, it's always going to be about race. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. Everything's about race.
Facts.
To be honest, I hope he's found not guilty. I mean, like I said, a life was lost. It sucks. But if they can find Rick Child that clearly murdered somebody, murdered a 14-year-old boy, an innocent 14-year-old boy, there should be no way in hell that Carmelo Anthony should be found guilty of murder. He didn't know the guy. There was no premeditation. I don't know if you heard, but even the father was doing witness tampering. I heard a lot about that on YouTube.
He was doing what?
Um, no, there's some content creators that put out videos saying that the father was doing witness tampering. I'm
And
not
which
sure if you
one?
heard of that.
This one or the Rick Child one?
No, not the Rick Chow one, the Carmelo Anthony one.
Oh, they said he was. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, what's his name? Is it Jeff Metcalf? He was doing like witness tampering or something with the one of the witnesses.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible because, he might. Well, see, witness. What people got to understand, witness tampering ain't just you telling somebody to go say something. Witness tampering is talking to them about the case at all.
You know what? Will it be witness tampering? Basically, he was leading the witness, but illegally. I
Yeah.
don't know. You have to. I forgot what they called it, but that's what he was
Vetting.
doing.
Vetting.
Yes, that's
No,
what I
vetting
heard.
the witness. Vetting the witness.
There you go. That's the perfect word. Yep, that's what it is.
So
That's what it is.
I didn't see that to know if that's true or not. I didn't see it. I don't know if that's confirmed, but I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the like you said, man, it's an unfortunate situation. It's just one of them things where when it gets inside the courtroom, it has to meet those definitions and requirements. Danielle, cut your cam on in the backstage. The other person, you got to cut yours on. Okay, let me just make sure you got a shirt on. No disrespect. Okay, you are good. You are good. I'm finna bring you on. Cut your cam off. You cut your cam off. I don't know if she want to leave it on. No, okay, she good. Okay, break off. You good? Cut it off. You good? You cut it off. You can cut it off. You is good. I don't know if she want to leave us on. She good. Okay, Cynthia, you got the floor. Anything else you want to add, Cynthia? Cynthia, you got the floor. Okay, well Danielle, I guess she might be hung up. You got the floor, Danielle. What's going on?
Okay, I'm so glad that you're doing this. I'm gonna let you know off the muscle. I'm really emotional about this, right? I just gotta put it out there. My emotions is all over the place, but I thank you because you're the first person that I've been online with that gave me some relief.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that because I feel like the same way. Feel like he's gonna be not guilty as well because I feel like prosecution ain't proved first degree murder. I just feel that they hadn't. That's why they rushed it so early because they know it's bull BS.
Well, the
But
only thing is, I will say this: they can come
mhm,
in with a lesser
I
charge.
heard you say that. I got that part. That's the other thing I'm holding on to. I know they can downplay the charge and
They
charge it
got
with
manslaughter.
manslaughter. Mm-hmm.
They got manslaughter, and they got negligent homicide.
Oh, yeah, I know about, but murder they didn't prove. But the other thing is why I'm gonna tell you why I'm so on the emotional roller coaster with it because this is about race,
Of
right?
course.
And we don't have a jury. Why, how I want to ask you this because you seem to know a lot about the law. How is it that if y'all say law wise we supposed to have a jury of our peers, but y'all can put all white people on a jury for a black kid? I don't get that. How
Well,
can they
that
break
will
that
be
law?
that can and will be a thing that their defense will have to take. The what you call it? He'll have to file that like a. He'll have to file a appeal and get the request a change of venue.
Okay,
They can
let me
request
ask
a
you
change
this.
of venue.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, in the beginning, when they found out it wasn't going to be no black people, they couldn't make that move then before it started. It was too late.
But now you know you pick. They do the jury selection right there, and
Uh
then
huh.
with them, they do the jury selection, and then while they're doing the jury selection, you can make that move like, hey man, we want to, well, da 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 da. But in the moment, you have to go when it's happening in real time. You have to go off of what's happening within that county, and
Okay.
in that county, there's no black people really like that.
Right. Right. And
It's a low
another question I
population.
got for you. Right.
Yeah.
Another question I got is this: why is it that only the prosecution get to pick jurors?
Well, now you gotta you and your the prosecution and the defense pick jurors. They both pick the
Okay.
jurors. But what happened was they removed three because of they said
They was
they are in
educated.
education.
Yeah.
Those are the three black women. Three black women made it to it, and they were in education. And they said with them three being in education, it was that. It was one report, but I think that was even before they got down to that three. They said that they couldn't send a young person to prison for life. Because that's a question. That's a question to ask. Are you able to send somebody or send somebody young to prison for life? And if you
Okay.
say no, they're gonna, they're gonna remove you from it.
Right. Oh man. So that happened. Okay. Well,
But the three they moved, they was in education, so they like, hey, we don't
yeah,
want
I heard
nobody
him say
here in
that.
education, huh?
And it's look, I was just on. I don't know if you know this guy, right? He a white boy, but it's like he black. I can't think of his name. Is it Danny or something? He was locked up with some black dudes, and that's how he got real tight and tried to be a part of our culture. But he a real white dude for real. But he like a wigger. But he got a platform on Instagram, right?
Oh yeah,
And he just
I saw him. He had the hat
did you
on.
see? Yeah, did you see
Yeah.
what the girl said on the comments?
No, I didn't
Oh,
read
oh,
them.
Listen, I do. I'm a comment chick. I
Oh
even
yeah, what are you
comment.
reading?
The white, yeah, I read the white girl said, man, I just think she gonna be found not guilty. She said, especially all the stuff my son said. I heard him say about it. From what I can hear, everything my son telling me about the whole situation because he was there and one of his coaches was there too. He was like, they brought it to Carmelo. He did what he had to do. These white people saying this. She said, and the white girls. So the other girls start asking, well, tell us what your son say. What's being said? She mentioned something about something else. She said, oh yeah, she mentioned, she said, yeah, because one of them even broke their beat, jumped their father and broke his arm. She said, I ain't talking about all that. This the white girl. When somebody commented and said, well, tell us what's been said. What your son telling you? And when she mentioned about them messing with their father, she said, I ain't talking about all that. I'm talking about what Carmelo, how they attacked him for real. They jumped him. This is what the girl said her son told. He was there. He was like, they jumped him, man. These white people. This was a white girl. I click on and look at the picture first before I start talking. Right? Instead of my comments, so I blew the lady picture up. I said, that's a white lady. And she told the girl, she said, my son said they jumped them. And our son also said that it was never the brother that's living. He never did nothing. He didn't hold him in his arms like they saying until they said he was all the way over there with a coach. He said two of them jumped them, and it was four of them. The lady said three jumped them, and one distracted the coach. That's exactly what she put in the comment. And this is what she's saying her son told her to happen. Because the coach was his coach too. But that was she put in there to the girl. And you know us. The other girl kept saying, well, tell us what he said, what your son's saying. So she did spew some of the stuff out. She said that. She said three of them jumped them and one distracted the coach. It was four of them.
Yeah, I don't know about that. And I saw that one guy said that too outside the courtroom. And when it comes to stuff like this, I tried my best. Not saying that that didn't happen or did happen. I don't know.
Right.
I try to always stick with the confirmed facts because I'm listening to several reporters. You can kind of tell which ones are reporting. Like I'm gonna play the middle. You can tell which ones are kind of reporting for the
And
defense, and then
that's
you can
how I am.
tell.
And you know what? Them comments that I ain't comment on that. I didn't say nothing. Tell me this. I was just reading theirs. And the person that was going back and forth with it. For some odd reason, I'm always commenting and putting comments. You see how many I got in your chat. I ain't comment on that. I ain't say nothing. I just blew a picture up, looked at the
Yeah,
white
I
girl,
know.
seen who she was, and just read all the other comments. I said I'm not saying nothing to that because I don't know which I don't know who telling the truth and who not.
Stay off.
But
You
I
know they
do
trying to force
believe
you on this Bluetooth.
I do
Dang.
believe that they started with him. I do believe that. That's true.
Hold on, real quick. I'm trying to get my.
Okay, take your time.
So yeah,
Everybody
I
just
wasn't there. I didn't see. I didn't see none of that stuff, and there isn't proof that a lot of stuff happened. You got a lot of people there go make up stories, and
I
I
know.
do feel that if he was jumped, I'm gonna be very pissed if he was jumped. And the first time I'm hearing that he got jumped is after the trial. I feel like if he was jumped by multiple people,
That should have
that
been
would have
in his
came
trial.
out.
That's what I said. They should have brought that
Huh?
out. Now
I don't
the
think that.
other
I don't. That's why I'm questioning it because of I like to be factual with it, whether I agree with it or not, whether I like it or not. I want to make sure I'm reporting the facts. You know what I'm
that's
saying? The
right.
base.
That's the
So I
truth.
don't.
So
I
let
know I
this
hear people on the outside they saying this. They've been making up rumors and stories since this happened.
let me tell you so much that's why I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like besides hearing the white guy today, I really backed off. I tuned in the first day one and day two. After that, everything else I heard. I got on and I saw you, and for some reason I don't know why I just stuck on with you. From the way that you was talking, I could tell there's not a bunch of lies being spewed. You giving facts, so I stayed. Cause everybody else, I haven't been. I said I wasn't gonna follow this case because I got real tied into Tyrese Nichols, and those guys beat and killed him, and they walked. with the state. So I said I wasn't getting tied into no more cases with my brothers getting harmed because I get too emotional behind it. Because I know that race. Now they was black cops, so that jury in Chattanooga was just racist, and they ain't care if a black man killed another black man or not. No, let them off. They cops. So it was, but this is truly racism at its highest height. You know, like, and I know that they did something to Carmelo, and I do believe that he had some type of bruises or something on him, but they didn't even show that in the trial. They saying he was bruised up a little bit, and some of his plaits was pulled out. Where all that's at? They ain't show none of that in court.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know what they thought. And that was a bad idea on them, and them not taking this as a very racial case, because now, like what you're doing right now, you have a lot of questions and you have assumptions and you've had things that you heard. If they would have put the cameras inside the courtroom, this wouldn't have happened. You feel me? Like, if they would have,
Right.
if they would have had the cameras in the courtroom, everybody would have been able to go watch and see exactly what was said in real time. But once we saw that they took all devices and cameras out the courtroom, we here now. Yeah, we're gonna have either a jury situation, or they're gonna lessen the charge and maybe do a manslaughter situation, or they're gonna lessen the charge, do a manslaughter situation, lessen the charge, do a manslaughter situation, or they're gonna do they're either gonna lessen the charge, do a manslaughter situation, or they're gonna do a negligent homicide, or he'll be found guilty and not go home. I was contemplating driving out there tomorrow, y'all. I really had it on my mind to go out. I damn near still might go.
I sure wish you would. I don't mean no harm, but if it's not conducive to you, then don't go. But I wish you would, because like you like the realest person right now, far as I'm concerned, from what I've been tuning into and watching. That's
Yeah.
that's giving the real and reporting it right now. Let me ask you this:
Yeah.
if they are going to ask for a lesser charge, what they gonna do that after the fact? Like, shouldn't they
Now
be doing?
they'll do it while they're like going into deliberations and stuff like that.
Okay, right. You got that's right. And then okay, another thing you just said, and they might find them guilty. So if they do that, then what? It's racist.
Yep. Well, that means they're not going to give him self defense if they do that. If they find him guilty on another charge, that means they're going to say we don't believe this was self defense. But you
But
can
they
say I don't believe that you acted totally in self defense, but I also don't believe this is premeditated murder, or first degree murder. You can
what?
have
Well,
both.
wait, let me ask you to tell me why you don't believe it was self defense and he was approached first and bothered with.
No,
We
no,
know
no.
that to be a fact.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. They can say that.
Oh, I thought you said I don't think it was okay. You saying they could say that it
They can say
wasn't okay.
the jury makes that call. The jury gonna agree on that call.
Right.
Hey, they have to agree on that call, or you get a hung jury. Hey, well,
Okay.
we don't believe this is first degree, but we also don't believe that.
That self defense. Right. 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 I got that. I
So
understand that.
it's one of them situations now where we got to sit back and wait. And like I said, I don't make the final call in it. I don't.
Right.
But from where I sit and the way that I think, the way that I was raised, and I come up, you got to keep your hands to yourself, man, because once you
You
put your
do.
hands on somebody, you can't tell somebody how to react. And that's
Yeah,
why,
exactly. It takes it
that's
to
why,
another level. But what I did was saying when it comes to Texas law, that there is a self defense law, but when you bring a knife to a school facility, that takes the self defense off the table. Is that true?
no, self defense, even if your weapon was illegal, self-defense overrides it in the situation. You can have an illegal weapon and defend yourself with an illegal weapon, and they won't charge you with murder just because the weapon is illegal.
Okay.
Yo,
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna
so
let
right.
I'm gonna let Elijah come on. Free Mello
Okay.
come on in the backstage. Uh, Free Mello, you got to cut your cam on in the backstage, bro. We just don't want no trolls on here. So, the knife is not illegal. I knew that from day one because they didn't charge him for it. If the knife was illegal,
Right.
that's the thing they would have been pressing.
And I was wondering why I never heard nothing about the weapon itself, him being charged for it. I said, what kind of knife was it? Because I never heard nothing about the weapon being a part of the charge. I said,
It,
so it must have not been no real blade.
it was 3.5 inches, and for it to be illegal, it got to be over 5.5. It was just against the school policy. I didn't need that. That was already overstood with me because he didn't get charged for it. So I knew, like, hey,
Okay.
the weapon he got hit couldn't have been illegal.
So he had a little pocket knife, right? It was about this small.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Uh,
all right.
cut your cam on in the backstage.
So look, right. It's you've been keeping who you been watching and covering the case.
I've been going back and forth. I've been hitting a little bit of CBS, but really WFAA. Then I listen to Fox a little bit, and then I go to Law and Crime Network.
You've been checking out the girl Nick at night.
Nah, I've been seeing her in the search thing, but I don't even know who that is. No lie.
She been covering it, and they treating her bad down there. Them racist white people, man, they treating her real bad down there, man. She got the Black Panthers with her now, though, to protect her, but it's a
Yeah,
lot going on with that case outside of the courtroom, where you got some of them right wingers is trying to bully the black bloggers that came out there to cover the case.
yeah.
And one of the things that was that she covered. See, this is what this was tough about this case for Carmelo Anthony. The stabbing happened on the opposing school bench. So
Hmm.
all of the witnesses, damn near all of the witnesses that's testifying is biased. You understand what
Oh
I'm
yeah, of
saying?
course. Yeah.
Because either they go to that school currently or they went to that school. And then you gotta remember that Austin Metcalf was on the team. You feel me? So you listen to all their testimonies, they talking about how they didn't think he had a weapon because this is a safe environment and it was a soft push. What the defense is gonna have to really nail home in closing. Cause I think they ready to start closing, right?
They already closed.
So they already closed. So I
Yeah,
gotta
they
go.
deliberating tomorrow.
I gotta figure out what he said in closing. Because what I hope he did in closing, because this is what I think really happened. I think the fact that it was multiple kids saying something to Carmelo Anthony about telling him to move, and then you got this Austin Metcalf who's 6'1", 200 something pounds. He approaches him, pushes him. I think in his mind, in Carmelo Anthony mind, he didn't. He probably thought they always rage jumping
Yeah.
just by it being so many people pressing him
Well, that's
about
the
him
thing.
sitting on the bench.
Well, see, that's the whole thing, right? When you don't have audio and visual, we can't see body language and we can't see tone. And we not hearing exactly what was said. They're only telling us what they heard. But that's what did he say? Because if he would have went up to him and said, "Hey, bro, can you please move out the tent, dog? This is for our team." And he said, "Nah, bro, I ain't moving. Like it's raining." And then he says, "Hey, nah, bro, this for the team though." And he was like, "Okay, hey, bro." So do we think in the world that we grew up in, do we think that Austin stayed calm in saying that? Like he's saying it
No,
was tone that I'm speaking on, or is he getting loud with them?
No, he got loud with him. They might.
Yeah, and look, and I agree, but this the thing: the narrative that all them witnesses that got on the stand said, the narrative that they running with was, Carmelo was the agitator, even though it don't make sense. That's why I hope it's some jurors that got common sense that can see that these witnesses is biased. It was
Well,
about 10 witnesses.
the witnesses are gonna do what they do. It's really on some like whatever with them. It's about the whole point is if you break down the events, the jury has to make the decision. And there's not a lot to go with here but to discredit the witnesses. And he discredited the main witness he needed to discredit. It's because it takes it off the table like he went there with that intent to kill. He had a reason to be at the track meet. I run track. I'm here for a reason. So I'm not up here to cause problems. It starts to rain. That makes me say I need to take shelter. So I then go up under a tent. I have a
All right, but
reason to be under this tent because it's raining.
no, but
Then,
this the thing. Hold
hold
up,
on,
man.
hold on, hold
Go ahead.
on. I also am under the tent because of the fact I know somebody here personally.
Right.
Somebody that I have several photos with, somebody that I know, and I'm at least cordial with. I'm sitting down talking to him before Austin and them get there. They're not even there yet. They come 2 minutes after me to the tent. So that eliminates me coming there to cause a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. See,
So
this
that's what you push. You push that because that takes away. I went there with the intent to kill already. So
yeah, it
then
did.
out here, even in an exchange, you can still get a murder off the fact if somebody say something wrong to you and you kill them, or somebody say they gonna do something to you or fuck you, call you out your name and you kill them, that's still murder. But once you put your hands on somebody, that turns it into I have a right to defend myself if I fear that you're gonna cause a threat. I'm
And,
not obligated to retreat.
and that's why I said I hope he painted the narrative that it was multiple kids because the witnesses all talked about a light push. Every single witness that the prosecution brought up, about 10 of them, said it was a light push. That's what I'm saying. In closing, I hope he nailed that home because it don't make sense. Like we know that's not what happened. We know
What
that
the
Austin. Hold on,
jury
let me
knows
finish,
But
bro.
look though,
We
but
know that if Austin Metcalf approached him, he approached him aggressively. He didn't approach him in Carmelo like the narrative that the state trying to run. Carmelo escalated. Like how you escalate a situation where you was the one approached. It don't
but
really
So
like
make
you
sense.
let me let Southern get on and Awesome go get on. I'm gonna let you
but
pop
let's
it,
get
Elijah, because
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well, yeah, I guess Anna come back. Yeah,
But
it's
I was
it's
gonna
a
say
lot
though,
with
like
this case. I think what they're going to try to do because they don't. That's not first degree murder. He didn't intentionally go there to harm nobody.
yeah,
What they're going to try
I
to
was
do, what they're going to
I
try to
was
do, is they're going to try to add
yeah.
them lesser included sin that I think
Mhm.
got racial undertones to it because we just watched Rick Child go to court and they ain't add no lesser included. But it's saying like whenever it's a black defendant. We can never
Yeah.
just fight the charge at hand and beat it. No,
yo,
And
you
that case
back?
happened 3
y'all can
years
hear
ago.
me? Damn, my shit
Yeah.
probably
That Rick
connected to
Challenge.
No,
no
you back,
fucking
bro. You back?
thing.
And I
Can
was
y'all
gonna
hear
say
me?
this, like
Yeah.
we can. I was gonna say that even if he lightly pushed him, it's like
Fuck, let me
you
go to
can't.
my shit.
That's like me going to a random dude and I'm lightly touching him and he don't want to be touched. Don't put your hands on nobody. Even if he lightly touched him, like you can't say nobody can ever say, oh, he was wrong for stabbing him. You don't put your hands on people. Just don't touch nobody. Period.
And I hope the defense
You
highlighted the
know.
weight disparity, because that makes a difference too. But it's saying like in the court system, yo, black, we not allowed to be scared. Like we don't watch every other race and group get self defense by say they was in fear for their life. But whenever we in fear for our life, oh no, that shit don't work. And I think he was legitimately scared. I
Yeah.
think he was I think he was legitimately scared
You know what
because
it was, bro? He probably went through years and years of bullying, and he was just like, man, I had enough. You know, because what do the schools never really do anything for bullying. This has been happening for decades. What do the schools do? They suspend the kid. They don't ever expel him. They suspend him, and then the kid comes back and he keeps doing the same thing over and over again.
Hey, bro, you got a
You
bad
know?
echo or something, like you in a bathroom or something.
Hold up. I'm in an empty room.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Southern come on. Let me let y'all come on real quick, Southern, and then somebody else was trying to get on, but I'm gonna let you come on here real quick because I'm finna go ahead and watch this game.
Hear
I
you.
bet.
all right, shit, I'm gonna drop down, bro.
Can't hear you.
Bet. Yeah, Southern. What's the word, G?
What's up, bro?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear us?
Can't
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear him, Elijah?
I can hear him.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I hear him. I hear him clearly. Yeah, I can hear you.
Cause I can't hear
Yeah,
anything.
we can't hear
Can you
you,
guys hear
bro.
me?
We can't
Yo,
hear
yo,
you.
Cause I can't hear anything.
leave
We
it and
can't
come
hear
back,
you,
bro.
G.
Leave it and come back. Just leave it and
Bro,
come
I
back.
can't hear you. Something happened.
Leave it and come
You
back,
on
bro.
mute or something, bro.
Hang up and come back in the thing.
Whatever you did, you cut your sound off. Cause now I can't hear nobody.
Oh, that's what I'm
Can
saying.
y'all
You
can
can
y'all
talk.
hear
You
me?
got the flow.
If you can hear me,
You
man,
got
raise your
the,
hand up.
I
bro.
can
We
hear
can
you,
hear
bro.
you.
You can hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
So basically I can't hear nobody, man. I was hearing everybody fine. For whatever reason, I can't
Yo,
hear nobody.
leave and come back, bro. Just leave and come back. All right.
Hey, somebody was sitting right here. Somebody, huh? Okay, good. I see this bit. Somebody, they sitting right there. Right? Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
bring
bro.
on what you call it real quick. Be hot. Let me make sure you got on the shirt, G. My bad. I just be getting them trolls. Make sure you got on the shirt, G. And you can come on. Be hot. Be hot. Whoever be hot is.
Be hot.
All right, y'all got to pop it real quick, bro, because I'm finna watch this game, so y'all can just pop y'all stuff real quick.
Yeah. What's up, bro?
Quarter, man. Been like my third time on. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate how responsible you are with these topics. One of the things I need to really make understood for you black men out there, so I really want y'all to understand is y'all speaking from you brothers are making sense. You brothers are making a lot of sense, and y'all trying to piece these things together logically. As a man who did 17 years in the penitentiary on 3 different times, and you know what I'm saying, who's filed these motions and who has seen these things up close and personal, what I want y'all to understand about the Carmelo situation more than anything is this. These Europeans want to make a point. They the bottom line with these people is this. It doesn't they y'all are arguing legalities. This has nothing to do with legal. They're trying to make a point. There's a thing called a motion to limine. It's at the threat. It's a Latin term. That generally it's a bunch of pretrial motions that are filed before a case even moves forward. And what a judge has the opportunity to do, y'all, is say, you know what? There's not enough evidence here and kick the case out. You know what I'm saying? There's no evidence to prove that this young man meant to kill him or this was absolute self-defense. The bottom line is this: Carmelo Anthony is black in America, and they don't want
Yeah.
Nick to think that they can go around and the laws
work for our favor. They cannot happen. That's the last thing they can. That jury cannot afford to come back to their community and say, and I put the video on it. That jury cannot afford to go back to the homes and the people they look at and they live at and say that they let a nigga walk. He's definitely going to get cooked. Now, here's the issue. He may have grounds to appeal at it later on because, you know what I mean? Like if you got a constitutional violation or you got bad jury instructions or something like that, something serious, because the law doesn't promise you a perfect trial. It promises you a fair one. So if he can get something like that, they may get 5 or 6 years out of him or something like that, depending on how good his lawyers is, how good they work behind the scenes. They're going to get some time out there, brother. I'm just telling y'all how this thing's going to
Nah,
go.
he's found not guilty, bro. So
Say
they're
again,
not gonna. He's found not guilty.
it's over.
Yeah, he's not guilty.
Wait a minute, he was found not.
Yeah, bro.
I
He ain't
swear,
doing no time. Yeah, bro. That's the title of the lie, bro. He not guilty. He gonna
oh,
walk free, which is good for him.
wait, Carmelo walked out in a
Yeah,
hole.
bro. Yeah,
Hey y'all, let me
yeah.
hey, I'm gonna let these other people come get on the floor real quick. And I know people want to speak on it, but we'll probably come back live later on tonight. But let
Yes,
me let them come on real quick.
hey, I'm about to throw me a party. What?
Yeah, bro. He not guilty, bro.
We said you black being pigs.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all, I'm
bro.
gonna let them come on real quick.
All right.
Nah, nobody got a verdict yet, bro. I don't know what y'all said right there. Yeah, nah, y'all ain't no verdict. If somebody said there's a verdict, that's not true. That's not true at all. That's not true.
We'll just live it
We
down.
don't put out
Yeah.
false information over here, bro.
He said I'm about to throw. Yeah.
Let me let somebody else join on. You can say what you got to say real quick, bro. You got the
Hey,
flow, and then
hey
I
man,
got
I ain't
somebody be hot waiting. Be hot.
you
You
ain't gonna
next, and then
talk too
I'm gonna end
long.
the stream.
I ain't gonna talk too long, man. The only thing I'm gonna say, man, is like, the thing that's the president that's been established, number one, that he was invited to the tent. He knew somebody. That's the first thing. Number two, he wasn't escalating anything. It was already been proven that he was sitting down the whole time until he stood up to
Mhm.
lunge him in the chest. The second thing. Three, when you bully a person and you don't get to decide how they respond, especially if they're scary.
Right.
You don't know what level of fear somebody have, and he's much smaller. If it was more than one person, you know what I mean? The video don't show everything in detail, but it's already been proven that Austin put his hands on him first. You know what I mean? And if he didn't sit down, if he didn't stand up until the end, when everything till it escalated, that says, man, look, he probably was afraid. You know what I mean? I think, I believe that it's self-defense, but he can always file an appeal. That's the good thing about it. And I think that I will file the appeal and then kind of move the venue because I don't think that he got a jury of his peers. That's all I want to say, man. I appreciate you, man. Do your thing.
Yeah,
For
bro.
sure, 100. Uh, be hot. You got to cut your cam on in the backstage if you trying to come on, G.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
definitely
y'all
do that,
tapping
bro.
in, man. We might be back later. Be hot. Cut your cam on in the backstage. I might drive out there tomorrow, get some stuff for y'all in real time. We'll see. I just got to see. I don't know for sure yet.
Shit.
All right, y'all. I'm finna go and get up out of here, man. Y'all stay up. We'll
All
be
right,
back.
bro.
Y'all come back later. 100.
All right, bro.